Namaste. Namastizzle. Peace and many blessings, brothers and sisters. Grand afternoon. Shalom. What's up? Today is Tuesday, day of Mars. We're in the full moon still, full moon energy. The thing about the full moon is that you can take advantage of it 3 days before and 3 days after it's actually full. So take today, and it's not too late to take advantage of doing some full moon rituals. Okay. Today is day of Mars. The colors are, or the color is blood red. As you can see, I have on sort of a red shirt, shirt of Hanuman. And peace. Hello, Tosh. What's going on? Changes in the air? Indeed. Indeed. If you missed it, I went live on Sunday, this past Sunday, with the professor, Michael Bell. Check that out. He's going to be back soon. So, peace and blessings, Legacy Sigma. Greetings, Melanin Mommy. What's going on? Hot day today. We finally got our 100-degree days in August. I think we got so far 8 or 9 of them. Our average still is about 24, but namaste to my missus who entered the chat. Gratitude, Cosmic Chaos. What's up? Peace, power, and prosperity. Sister Righteous. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you all. It really is. Again, I went live on Sunday with the professor, Michael Bell, very knowledgeable man. He wrote The Metaphysics of Star Trek. And I think The Occult Meaning of Freemasonry is the title of his other book. Very good. Very good. So I was just corrected. 13 days. We got 13 days of 100-degree weather, which is still below normal, below average for this time of year. I was working and, oh, okay. What am I doing? I keep forgetting. I be forgetting this stuff, y'all. Give me a second here. I want to also give a disclaimer. Sorry about that. Also want to give a disclaimer. All right. Anything that I say on here is just my opinion. Okay. Just my opinion. I don't consider myself an expert of anything. All right. My experiences is what I share with y'all. And again, this is just, all me. I don't guarantee results from anything that you may do, any suggestions I make. Okay, please seek professional help when needed, as far as legal, medical, professional fields. Okay, again, this is just my personal experiences in the occult, in the realm of the occult. I don't guarantee anything. All right, let me just put that out there. Furthermore, I don't mind answering a question or two either. I freely give out my email address. You can find it on, YouTube. I'm easily found. Okay. But there comes a limit to that. I'm not going to mentor anyone through email. You know what I mean? No one says it, but it becomes painfully obvious when every day I'm getting a question, you know, or do you have this? Okay. Like I said, I don't mind doing this stuff periodically, but not constantly. I have students who actually buy into the business of me training them. Okay. That's who I go all out for. I'm not trying to be mean or cruel or anything like that, braggadocious, anything like that. I'm just saying, I do run a business. That's part of it. You see what I mean? I will try and help as much as I can with basic questions. All right. But I am not going to tutor. I'm not going to teach on here, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I made this disclaimer a while ago. I felt like I needed to do it again. Okay. All right. Now, got home and just as you said namaste and ended it. All right. So thank you. Appreciate that, Legacy Sigma. I do appreciate that. I do my best. I really do. If any of you have ever watched, I'm watching again for like, I want to say about the 10th time. The Corner is a great mini series, 6 episodes, all of them are on YouTube. It's where The Wire comes from. You know what I'm saying? It is an excellent, realistic portrayal of life with addiction in the ghetto. I swear, and I say this to my wife all the time, it looks like North Philly to me, Baltimore. I see you suggested the new Ishtar Power back in your Facebook group, and it's be a go. Can you reword that, Tosh? I don't think I quite understand that. uh New Ishtar Power is one of those, I already said that, but it's one of those systems that's so easy to use. I don't know how anybody won't look into that one. It's so easy to use and it works. Don't forget also the chant, the mantra that Azazel Bey gave. It's called the Afro-Atlantean chant. People who have used it said it works. It goes, Afro-Atlantean spirits, fill my mind with lucky hoodoo success. With every day and in every way, I am getting richer and richer. That's the mantra. Okay. Um, Things are still going on, as far as current society. It's a nightmare, really. It's a nightmare. People aren't paying attention still. That's the nightmare part to me. You know what I mean? It's like people could care less what happens. People could care less as long as they're able to eat, sleep, shit, and fuck with social media. Then they're fine. They're perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, all your rights, all your liberties are being slowly taken away from you. Sorry. You've given great advice. You gave out the new Ishtar Power back when you had your group on Facebook. It's been a godsend. People just got to do the work. Thank you, Tosh. I appreciate that. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's so easy to use. Just like new avatar power. That's another system. Some of these systems are not so hard. You know what I mean? But like Tosh said, you got to do the work. What's up, Peace, Caribbean Grimoire? Take care of your mental health. I was going past or through my Patreon, and I came across one of my older videos. All right. I'm going to share that with you real quick here. Look at what I said then. Check out what I say here. Just want to talk about a couple of things today. I think it's very important for everyone to keep up on their mental health. Okay. You're going to see a lot of insanity.
coming up
Insanity.
a lot. All right. Your mental health is so very important right now, especially these last couple months into the next year. Yeah. You'll see a lot of more shit. A lot of more shit. A lot more shit. So, one of the things that we have lost is the act of going inside and meditating. People think it's a complex thing to do, but it's not. It really isn't. Okay. If you could just, you're never really going to completely shut off your mind. If you can do that, then you are indeed an ascended master. Okay. Um, the goal isn't to shut off your mind, it's just to go inward. Okay. There are so many different techniques that can help. YouTube is chock full of information on, um, or I should say, has a lot of binaural beats that you can use, certain frequencies like delta and theta. Okay. Um, by the way, delta, that's the deep sleep. Okay. Theta is not as deep, but you can use that particular frequency when you want to manifest something. If you're like in a ritual setting, use that frequency. Okay.
All right. Just wanted to share that part. That is the Toltec mask ritual. Um, it's a great ritual and it requires nothing more than a mask and some time. That's it. Peace and blessings, Brother Moore. What's going on, Anthony Mitchell from Philly? Yeah. If you haven't watched The Corner, please watch The Corner. It is a great series. Um, but what I was focusing on was the mental health part. Okay. Uh, it's just coming from every angle, with the agendas. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything I haven't said already. All right. Shout out to Katrina. Katrina sent me this, and it amazes me what they do versus what we do. You know what I'm saying? Um, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Turn the music off because it's this comment that really stuck with me. Okay, I'm envious of this generation. Toyota and the Japanese people definitely understand how to build their youth into a better future. Meanwhile, in the US, we're stuck determining what pronouns a 6 to 10-year-old child should have and how fast Wi-Fi speed is for Minecraft. You know what I'm saying? Truer words were never spoken. I said years ago they was coming for the children, and here we are. I just looked on a friend's Facebook post today, and something about tampons being placed in the boys' restroom. Tampons in the boys' restroom. There is some kind of law put into effect, and I believe this is in Minnesota. Now, I could be wrong about this, but I know what I read. Okay. Tampons in a boys' restroom. Dora pause. Couldn't help it. I haven't done that in a long time. You know, that's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy. That is an absolute nightmare. You know, teaching children stupid shit. Meanwhile, these children over here in Japan are absolutely learning how to build things. They preparing the youth for the next generation. Meanwhile, what pronouns to use? And I said what I said. Meanwhile, they trying to feed sexy exactly and DNC values to our kids. America is cooked. Hence, the name of this broadcast, An American Nightmare. An American Nightmare. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Tim Waltz approved it. Tampons in a boys' restroom. It's true for Minnesota. Things have gotten way out of hand. The more you call it out and the crazier you look. Hey, I've been calling this out for at least the past 5 years. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that when I say stuff like this, I notice that the people who are in here drops. Even me just speaking out on it. Now, whether that's brainwashing or people just don't want to hear it and want to be entertained, who knows? I did a spell from the book I currently craft from called Stupid Positivity. It essentially turns all negative energy and evil spells that's against my will and turns the energy back to the sender. Damn. That sounds like fire right there. Tosh, let me know how that works. Japan air is different. Their air is different. Their learning is different. And I've said this also. People may think that anime is cartoons, foolish cartoons, just entertainment. But from everything that I'm seeing in these animes and have been, spiritual technologies are taught through anime. Believe it or don't. Hell, Naruto even was talking about chakra systems. Chakras, the chakra network. I saw that in Naruto. And now I'm watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Even more of it there. But yet and still, all this nonsense they got over here. Yeah, not surprised. Not surprised either. Namaste, Katrina. I just showed the the Japan or the Japanese clip you showed me. Thanks for that. Peace and love. And of course, y'all know I'm a big fan of comments. Okay. I like to see what people's mindsets are. Right. So Eric Andre got held up in Australia. You know, Australia, where that Ragoon person did the routine. I don't know what it was. It wasn't breakdancing, but he said that he was racially profiled. A lot of comments and arguments. And it's just I see a lot of arguments between so-called black people, so-called white people on Angel Reese posts and Caitlin Clark posts and the things that they say to each other. So that's my own personal quirk. I mean, I'm not suggesting y'all do it because it probably piss you off, but the mindsets of the people here and what they truly believe is amazing to me. For sure, The Corner is a hood classic. This series got the ball rolling with a lot of the series we love now, the Chi, etc. Speaking of that, has anyone in the audience watched this one that's about New Orleans? I'm thinking of watching. It's called, I'm not sure if I'm going to say it right, but Treem or Treme. Candy Alexander's also in that, and so is a couple people from The Wire. I want to know how that one is. I gotta finish Juju watching that, but yeah, Naruto be giving that game. Indeed, indeed. This is how they choose. This is how they teach their citizens. They so far ahead of us. You know what I mean? Avatar, exactly. Thank you for that. Avatar as well. Legacy Sigma. You're absolutely correct. I was amazed when I first saw that one. I'm like, they're talking about spiritual technologies in these anime. Okay. What's good? Shout out to Terrain, aka the Dark Lord. What's up, bro? What's the deal? Oh, I have a book you might want, Caribbean Grimoire, with that. I still don't know how to say that. Mahad mantras. I got a book on that one, you know. But yeah, if anyone has watched the series Treem or Treme, I like a review of it, if it's worth watching, or you know. Thanks for the assist, Mahad Vidya. Okay, got you. Thank you for that. Um, Again, though, like I said, they teaching their children life skills. You know, I'm sure they teach them financial literacy and things like that, and yet still we worrying about what pronouns to call these young children. Ugh. Mahavidya. Mahavidya. Okay. And I came across this as well. Check this out. Check this one out.
A race that you're not allowed to be proud of.
Genuinely asking, what are the things? Maybe I'm just missing part of this.
If I put up that I'm proud to be white, people would comment that I'm the most racist person in the world.
Not the most, but I definitely, again, would have questions like, what qualifies this? What is the pride from?
Imagine being blamed for something that you were never a part of.
No one's blaming you for being a part of it, but we definitely benefit from a system because of what we look like, built to oppress other people so that we can get ahead. There's irrefutable evidence behind this, and if you don't believe me, if you were to be able to come back from this life as another color, would you come back as black?
Imagine that you can't get a job now because of the color of your skin.
Oh, you're so close with this one. You're so close. That is their experience, not ours.
Like literally, they tell you that we're not hiring any white people right now. We need more.
I have to find that one.
Here.
That's false. They can't do that, and if they did, you could sue. So, false.
Imagine being straight and white and Christian. You're like the triple threat of hatred.
Did you just say if you're white, straight, and Christian that you're the triple threat of hatred?
Imagine being told that you have an ideology that you don't have.
Share with me your ideology then.
Just because you're white, you're racist.
It's not because you're white, dude. It's because of the other things you just said. I want to make content about other stuff, but there's so many of you.
How it feels to be white.
So I'm not sure who this guy is. He does these kinds of videos all the time. You know, like I said, when you if you ever had the time to go to these comments in these articles, you'll see people saying shit just like that. Right? And let's see. This here is a book from the master teacher, Azazel Bey. Check this out. Look what it says here. Meditation, which is listening, is the laying aside of all your physical and earthly thoughts and activities to be with your overall soul, aka your higher self. Meditation is a time of peace, to be still and listen to God, which is you. Meditation affirms that you are connected to all creation. Prayer and meditation work hand in hand. Giving is receiving. Your request, approach, and attitude in prayer are either acknowledged or corrected and can be verified through meditation. Do not ask for anything but love, and you will receive everything. Be grateful for the love that surrounds you, even if you cannot see it or feel it. Check out that last state. Prosperity is a natural state. Indeed, we are so far away from our natural states. You know what I mean? Speaking to the master teacher, here's something else I want to present to y'all. Give me 1 second. And this is from his lecture, Galactic Nightmare.
Anomalies that exist in the universe are only manifestations of various thoughts, dreams, and nightmares. Because your thoughts are also dreams too. Your thoughts create the dream. Things that you photograph with your eyes that bring it to these black holes, they escape through the white holes in the form of information into your body and actually create your body for you. Your physical self is a manifestation of your thoughts, your electrical signals from previous lives. You see, you must understand this. So the universe is a gigantic thought, or Tahuti. And this is where you get the symbol of Tahuti in Egypt. Thought, who was supposedly the writer of the Emerald Tablets. Emerald is dealing with green, the green man, fertility, growth, manifestation, creating realms. And that's what thoughts and dreams and nightmares do. This is how it works. And this is why you're called a god. Because you are energy and you create, just like the infinite space out there absorbs information and creates planets. The same thing happens within your body through this great galactic dreams or nightmares, depending on what you're going through at that particular time, what you chose to go through. So you must understand that we're talking about balance here. We're talking about balance. You have to understand that the electron is dealing with the left brain. You see, the left brain. Whereas the proton, which is positive, is dealing with the right. And they interchange or interact with each other, with each other. That's why you see Osiris with the cross, with the X on him. A cross is an X. Because the right side controls the left side controls the right side. You see, the X, the cross. You see, the cross has various meanings, depending on which dimension or variation of density you're dealing with. You must understand that. So, what's interesting though, let me show you this here. We talked about the eye of Heru being the left eye, which is dealing with, of course, the actual electron. The electron, which was originally supposed to be the beginning of creation, the spark, the electron. But again, as I said before, even the electron has a subatomic realm also. It's even something even smaller. You see, incomprehensible, but understandable. You see, but understandable. So when we see some of the paintings and pictures on the walls of Egypt, here is a Nubian brother, and you'll notice that this brother has two left hands. You see, which is dealing with the electron. And of course, the electron is dealing with creation, which is negative energy. You see, which is left brain. Which left brain is, we call it male, but they're interchangeable. Interchangeable. Female, male. The word female has the word male in it. You see, has the word male in it. Here's another image from the walls of Egypt, and you'll notice again, you see the uplifted two left hands, which is actuality, if you turn it sideways, is two left eyes. Two left eyes. Dealing with creation. Dealing with creation. Dealing with the electron. The electron. You see. So that's very interesting that we understand this. So we have to understand that the entire universe is seen as one continuous field of various densities. And based on your intake of information, causes either dreams or nightmares. And so we talked a little bit about that, but what I want to get into though is this galactic nightmare that we're going to deal with. Now later on I'm going to talk about Tituba, because as I said before, as you watch the ritual that we performed up in Salem, Massachusetts on Friday the 13th. And I went specifically for that and also to do research on the switch Tituba and John Indian, which is very interesting information. And it was a very interesting trip. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later on this particular video. But as I said before, you exist as energy, and there are energies that attaches itself to your aura. And when this happens, these entities that attach themselves to your aura is another form of energy that you have attracted to you that does not belong in your particular realm, you see. But you have attracted it to you because you, just like a wire breaks, you have a plug in the wall, and the wire breaks, and the electricity, since the wire is broken, the electricity may shoot out in various directions, you see, causing injuries and deaths or whatever, or fire. That's what happens when you move outside your particular vein of energy. You see, when you move outside your particular vein of energy. And the universe, or we call Mother Nature on this particular planet, which in actuality is our enemy, but at the same time, we have to move in accordance to our electrical vein that is here on this planet at this time. But in the larger scheme of things, we as energy maneuvered through various veins in the universe, you see, and created physical bodies to dwell on specific planets that were close to burning stars like a sun. Because we exist as energy, we feed on this particular energy. It moves through us. And to live or to survive, we must continue to live close to a larger form of energy. Whereas this Earth's atmosphere, this dimension, this planet that we live on, the red, white, and blue skyline in the morning, keeps us trapped in this particular realm called the Earth realm. You see, the Earth realm. When you leave this particular Earth realm or this physical body, you now have the ability to astrophysically travel.
Wow. Y'all hear that? Once you leave, then you are able to astral travel. Okay. One of the things that I told y'all before, I think it was last week, I said, you know, that seems like a nightmare for me. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the experiences that I have astrally. Imagine your silver cord being severed and you just wandering around in a constant dream-like state for years and years. You won't even know you're dead. Okay. And this is what the ancients believe. The dead don't know they're dead. Okay. And I just seen that Brother Moore sent me a little meme. Trying to pull it up. Look at this here. Free abortions, vasectomies will be available to DNC attendees in Chicago. Tosh, that's where you are. Free abortions, free vasectomies. Greetings. I'm not sure how to say that. Elhain. I'm not. Forgive me. I don't know how to say that. Your hometown? Tosh is there too. Yeah. Free abortions, free vasectomies. What are they saying there? They don't want y'all to produce? It's crazy. This is absolutely crazy to me. He sent me something else, but I'm trying to. Okay. This was part 2 of that. The screen I just showed you. Planned Parenthood staff is saying that on the first day of the DNC, they did 10 free abortions. 10 helpless babies have been sacrificed so far at the DNC death cult. There are no words to express the sheer horror. What can you say? I mean, everything is done out in the open. Jeez, man. And that is absolutely crazy to me. Whether you believe it or not, they're doing it. Greetings, Elhain. Again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Blood rituals, indeed. It's all of that is out in the open now. I see people posting about it all the time. You know, those, especially those who are well versed in gematria, and nothing's done. They're allowed to post it now. Right, exactly. Nothing at all arouses the masses to question anything. The Walking Dead is among you. Okay, it has nothing to do with what goes on at a TV show. It is right here, right now. Wild is an understatement. You know, that is one of his best lectures. This is the lecture he did. It's a classic lecture. He did a ritual in the graveyard. He was actually in the graveyard in Salem, Massachusetts. See what I'm saying? In Salem, Massachusetts. I'm not sure if I'm there yet. If I absolutely had to go to the graveyard to perform a ritual like that, then yeah. But the man was well be ahead of his time. Well ahead of his time. You know what I mean? Like I said, the fact that they don't question anything at all should scare the shit out of y'all. Let's read. Let us read. This is another book you should own. Knowledge is power. Being without it is the most detrimental to oneself. Wisdom is the creator himself. And those who despise wisdom and instruction are fools in Proverbs 1:7 of the Christian Bible. Furthermore, one should aspire to know wisdom and instruction to perceive the words of understanding. With these thoughts, bear in mind that the history of the Moorish nation and all of its related subjects have not been taught since 1863 here in North America. They have been eliminated from public libraries and the curriculum of all institutions of higher learning, high schools, college, and universities of the USA and abroad of the white society. And unfortunately, the white society has educated the Negroes to believe that their forefathers were brought from Africa to the USA as Negro slaves. This is the biggest white lie the world has ever known, and is the basic reason why, whenever truth appears among blacks, the majority will flee from it, laden with fear, jealousy, hatred, and violence. For you see, the blacks of North America believe that they have been told the truth all along, but they haven't. So when truth appears, they react negatively toward it. As a matter of fact, they will not believe anything unless it comes out of the white man's mouth, the white man's educational institutions, or his formal publications. This is the history of Yaqub. Okay, that's what it says. That's the first chapter. All right, the very first chapter. Okay. Like I said, when I get on subjects like this, I notice how the attendance drops. It happens every single time. I am not entertaining enough. But like I said, I never cared about that. I don't care about popularity. Okay. Those who will hear it will hear it. Those who are meant to hear it will hear it. Okay. It doesn't matter to me. If I get through to one person, I am actually satisfied. The whole 13 are here now. Exactly. 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 He goes on in Galactic Nightmare. He goes on. Let's continue.
Move from this particular dimension if you don't become trapped in an astral body.
Trapped in an astral body. Y'all heard him.
You see, it's good to you because you're fighting a spiritual galactic war in this particular holographic galactic nightmare that the universe is dreaming of or having a nightmare and you're living in it.
See the Matrix.
You're living in it. A gigantic astrophysical thought. And so this should help you understand when we talk about the physical reality, so-called physical reality is an illusion. It is. Just like when you process what you see into your eyes, into your brain, it's there, but in your brain it's an illusion, and you can manipulate it, change it, rearrange it, and bring it from and create from that. And that's what movies are. And that's what all the new science that we get, so-called new science that we get every day, you see. So now they're cloning.
Hmm.
And so now they're cloning, they're creating robots, cyborgs, and so forth. Why? Because they understand that this physical reality, this physical is just energy. And we create these particular bodies to exist as a host within. As a matter of fact, here's an interesting article or page, cover page from the Village Voice.
Look at that.
Of a new species.
Look at that.
They have a doll or whatever it is of a baby clone.
They've been doing this for years because this lecture is old.
So they're only doing something that we once did thousands of or maybe millions of years ago. You see, when you have sex with your woman and she gets pregnant and have a baby, that is a mechanism. You are going to the factory to produce another robot for a host, for a being to enter in as a host. You see, which that particular being could be you in another dimension. You see, could be you in another dimension. But unless they're the ones doing it, they're using Run DMC to promote this shit.
All right. Words of wisdom from Azazel Bey. You know, that in itself, like what he said, is fascinating to me. Because you think about it, and this information is out there. When a woman gets impregnated, let's say the sperm enters the egg, the whole thing disappears. Okay? You should have learned this in sex ed in high school. It disappears. No one knows where it goes, but it comes back with a human being. Okay. I have read and also noticed that when some spiritual master karmic mission has been fulfilled, they sometimes check out of this plane earlier than expected. So, interesting comment there. Do you think Azazel Bey, that's what happened with him? That's an interesting comment there. People think consciousness and magic is just spells and hearing how you are gods. Once you talk about the reality of this matrix and the work needed to exit, people don't want to hear it. Exactly. Like I said, I don't believe I'm entertaining enough. And I've always said that I have a very specific audience. Very specific. You know what I'm saying? And that's not down anyone, you know, but the people who are really entertaining and can give you a bunch of word salad, those are the ones that have large audiences. Like I said, not to down anyone, it is what it is. But that's what we are preoccupied with. We are preoccupied with entertainment while living in this nightmare. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. My email is what's up, Hip Hop Elevation? What's going on? That I believe is facts. Baba Kalindi that happened. Oh, the man knew so much about mushrooms. He was given tools. Baba Kalinde, thanks for saying that. Baba Kalinde was given tools about mushrooms, the DMT, and what DMT actually does for you, and how the information to exit this matrix. You know what I'm saying? The ancestors, the ancients, the ascended masters, they all left tools for us to use. They left Easter eggs. They really did. But the masses are too preoccupied with entertainment and love and hip hop and bullshit. See what I'm saying? Bullshit. Fact of the matter is, I believe in my heart, Azazel Bey should have had a much larger audience. He took the time to educate the masses. He even had tree tours where he was showing you how to identify trees, the fruit from the trees, and how to survive from trees, just in case or when the matrix goes down. And you have to survive in that manner. Okay? Really interesting. That would make sense for a lot of masters. Exactly. That's why I said, okay, that makes sense, Caribbean Grimoire. Thanks for that. 2 great comments here. This is the one from Brother Caribbean Grimoire. Thank you. I read and noticed that when some spiritual masters' karmic mission has been fulfilled, they sometimes check out of this plane earlier than expected. And then legacy followed that up. People think consciousness and magic is just spells and hearing how you are gods. Once you talk about the reality of this matrix and the work needed to exit, people don't want to hear it, especially so-called Black people. Or they exit when they're not needed here anymore, similar to a shift change. Indeed. Or I believe that applies to HEMA. HEMA? Not sure what that means. Very true. Word solid influence been the move since 2020. The government probably knew that too. Anyone who uses, I did a video on it, as a matter of fact. I said, beware the word salad. I did it maybe a year or 2 ago. Look under the search button and find in my channel, find beware of the word salad. I spoke about this. You know, again, I'm not going to sit up here. I'm not going to bash anybody. I don't knock anybody's hustle. You know what I'm saying? But in a time like this, we all need knowledge of self, you know, knowledge of this reality and this nightmare we're living in. You're welcome. Not a problem. The Tamarian blues are super powerful too. I had a saved video I wanted to show y'all as well. Let's see. Yes. This is from, I still don't even know what movie this is from, but check out what is said here. Just check out what's said. Like I said, they've been doing this shit a long time. They know what they're doing. They've been new.
We are bored. We're all bored now. But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money, and that all of this is much more dangerous than one thinks? And it's not just a question of individual survival, Wally, but that somebody who's bored is asleep, and somebody who's asleep will not say no? See, I keep meeting these people. I mean, just a few days ago, I met this man whom I greatly admire. He's a Swedish physicist, Gustav Bjornstrand, and he told me that he no longer watches television, he doesn't read newspapers, and he doesn't read magazines. He's completely cut them out of his life because he really does feel that we're living in some kind of Orwellian nightmare now, and that everything that you hear now contributes to turning you into a robot. See, actually, for 2 or 3 years now, Chiquita and I have had this very unpleasant feeling that we really should get out. And we really feel like Jews in Germany in the late 30s. Get out of here. Of course, the problem is where to go, because it seems quite obvious that the whole world is going in the same direction. See, I think it's quite possible that the 1960s represented the last burst of the human being before he was extinguished. And that this is the beginning of the rest of the future now, that from now on, there'll simply be all these robots walking around, feeling nothing, thinking nothing. And there'll be nobody left almost to remind them that there once was a species called a human being with feelings and thoughts, and that history and memory are right now being erased, and soon nobody will really remember that life existed on the planet.
This was on TikTok. I happened to find it. Okay. Everything he said in that 3-minute clip was put out in 1981. Yes, exactly. He gave me instructions the first time I took what's it called? The mushroom. He's the one who instructed me on how to take it and what to do. I can't think of it. It'll come to me. I can't think of it. Large audiences will create a new religion around the individual. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Dr. Delbert Blair, indeed. I'm not sure, you know. I wasn't even concerned with the movie itself. It was just those words that he said to this guy. You're living this right now, people. You're actually living this right now. Okay. And how many of us can honestly say that when they go outside and they're amongst people, like in Walmart or any other public setting, that you're actually paying attention to the people? Look at their faces. Okay. This shit is The Walking Dead. It's a nightmare. What is ascended? Does that mean I am absorbed back into the creator, becoming one with his consciousness, or is it just supposed to be an easier form of life? Because no, I don't want that. I feel you on that, Tosh. I feel you on that. I feel you on that 100%. You know, I mean, what's the alternative, right? Don't know the works of Baba Kalindi. Will research that name, drop some links if y'all have it. I don't even think Baba Kalindi is, I don't think any of his information is out anymore. Huh. Isn't that something? This man saying that New York, as they letting them immigrants in as we speak. People weren't even paying attention to that. Thanks, Legacy Singer. People wasn't even paying attention to that. That's one of the first things this dude did when he got in office. That's one of the first things he did. You know what I mean? Oh, all his lectures are on YouTube. Please check out Baba Kalindi. The guy was another master that left us a few years ago. All about accessing parts of your brain through the ingestion of certain mushrooms. 80s have the best movies, period. I am totally agreeing with that. And the more I go back, the more I am finding stuff that they have been saying since the black and white movies. This is shit has been going on for a long time, people. But the blatancy of that's what amazes me now. There's no uproar about any of this shit. And it's going right in front of your face. They are putting it out in everything. And like, what you gonna do about it? Oye's son still has some of his lectures and videos. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna show this last clip real quick. Give me a second. He says something very, very interesting right here. Listen to what he says.
In the world, since we did this particular ritual, and I'm going to talk about that on another tape after we continue to see the various things go down. But they're moving at an even faster pace, even regardless of the ritual. But the ritual seems to have sparked more positive and negative energy. Positive in the sense that things working on our behalf. You see, working on our behalf. Meaning that we originally came here, as I said before, and took on these physical robotic bodies as part of a dream state, a galactic dream. But that galactic dream, as we begin to absorb the knowledge from the universe as it comes in, and we begin to create, it became a galactic nightmare. It became a galactic nightmare. All these particular creations come from other universes, other gigantic black holes, information.
Gigantic black holes.
Like two people standing together have two sets of views of information and transfer information between one another. As I transfer information to you, and you will see it differently from the way I see it. Because that is your universe. You see, that is your energy. Which, for those of you watching this tape, you are in the correct energy vein, or you would not be watching this particular tape. You see, I want to talk about John Indian and Tatuba, which is very interesting. But going back to Beelzebub being the leader of this army, the Scarab. We talked about the Scarab on Cinderella.
Another classic.
You are beyond and more powerful than the energies that exist on Earth, but not while you're on the Earth.
Wow. You hear that?
You see, not while you're on the Earth. When you're on the Earth, or when you're in a car, you have to drive according to the way that car drives.
Ding, 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 ding.
Must understand that. So we want to break some of the mind control that has been propagated or has been pushed upon us, that has us in a whole fake reality or fake dimension. When I say reality, I'm talking about realm. Reality realm. I don't mean that it's true. It is true in a sense, but it's not true in your vein, in your level or your path of electrical current. You see, or your path of electrical current. So it's very interesting. Okay, this is the witches' graveyard.
Okay.
Some of the witches who were persecuted, and which is very interesting. We're going to break down the whole story of John Indian Tatuba.
I'll show that at another time. The rest of that, peace, brother Konami and Birdie. Serious Times Media shows Bobby Hemmett as well as Azazel Bay and other people. Unfortunately, his website has come down. You know, this is one of his best lectures, in my opinion. Totally dark side lectures, Galactic Nightmare. And I just, wanted to show parts of it because the things he said relates to now. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. It's crazy to me. He was galactic. I have started spreading the message of the extraterrestrial planet presence on Earth in my country. They can't label me insane anymore. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And again, that's why a lot of people didn't actually, like, for lack of a better term, fuck with Azazel, because he started speaking galactically. You know, most people are so grounded right here, they can't see anything else. All right. Electrical current. Exactly. That's going to do it for me today, y'all. I will show the rest of that either Friday or next Tuesday, but I won't be here Thursday. Okay. Got some other obligations that I need to attend to. Thanks so much for joining me today. As always, enjoy the rest of your day today. Okay. Get on this meditation and other things that I suggest. Get out of this nightmare. I am the one and only Magick LaCroix, the diabolical one. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks again. Namaste. Peace. Yes, Friday. Yes, I'll see y'all then. Peace. Same time, same LaCroix channel. All right, I'm going for now. Peace.